Hey Pokemon fans, Real Mama Eagle here, also known as Key, and today I'm here to talk to you about my favorite location in every single Pokemon generation. The opinions in this video are my own. You possibly may have a different favorite spot than me, and if you do, talk to me about it in the comments section down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Now let's get started. My favorite location in Generation 1 is definitely Cinnabar Island. I know some people might pick the cities like Celadon because there's so much to do, or Lavender Town because of Pokemon Tower and all the lore, even Fuchsia City because of the Safari Zone. But Cinnabar has always been my favorite. I love the fact that it's on its own island. You have to travel to it late in the game. I love Blaine's gym with the trivia. It was such a fun, nice change of pace to have that different type of feel in a gym, especially in Generation 1. And Blaine does have fire Pokemon. I'll admit I do have a fire type bias, so that is part of it. But my favorite things about Cinnabar Island are the fact that you can revive your fossils there. And I also adored the story of Pokemon Mansion. I loved finding the secret key, the secret lab, reading the journals, finding all the lore about Mewtwo and the lab and the encounter with Team Rocket. There's just so much going on there that I adore, and that's what makes Cinnabar so special. Now, I'm gonna pretend that Gen 2 didn't happen because I refuse to acknowledge the volcano erupting and ruining my lovely city. So we're just gonna talk about Cinnabar Island only in Gen 1, but it's definitely my favorite. Even though Goldenrod City is a wonderful city in Johto and one of my favorites, Ecruteak City is definitely my favorite location in Generation 2. For starters, it's freaking gorgeous, especially in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. It's beautiful, stunning. It gives you the vibe of early fall with the gold and orange leaves, and it embodies Japanese culture to a T. You have the Burn Tower, the 10 Tower. You release the legendary dogs there, which is really cool. You have the Sages, the Trio, the Wise Trio, which is there. You have the Kimono Girls in the dance studio. You have the legendary Showdown with Ho-Oh at the top of the Bell Tower, so there's so much to unpack. Not to mention, you get Morty, who's a pretty freaking cool gym leader with his ghost typing, and a gym that actually presents a challenge and is a bit tough to navigate. So Ecruteak City, definitely a top location in Johto for me, for sure. Generation 3 will be a two-parter, so I'm gonna pick my favorite location from the original and my favorite from the remake in this case. But let's start with the original Gen 3. My favorite location is definitely Lily Cove City. Now, Fortree City just missed it because the Treehouse City is so cute, but Lily Cove just has everything. You have the contest hall if you want to participate in some Pokemon contests, which is always a good time. You have the ferry that could take you between Lily Cove and Slateport at the end of the game. You have the department store where you can get so many TMs, you can get all these items, you can get stones, and then you have the museum if you want to just see some things, you know, hang out a bit. You have the beach and the lighthouse right there, so some beautiful sights. Lily Cove is basically the vacation spot you would go to if you were going to Hoenn for a nice trip with your family to have a good time. Now, if I had to pick my favorite location from the remake, it would have to be Mauville City. They did a complete reboot on Mauville City in the remake. It became a mini mall after being such a tiny town, but you have so many stores, so many different things to do. You have the apartments to visit, you have like that wide open park, you have the gym in a great location. There's just so much to do. You have like the food court. Mauville City was basically like a mini mall dream, but you can live there, so that's what made it really special. And if I wanted to live somewhere in Hoenn, I would definitely live in Mauville City in the remake for sure. Sinnoh has so much lore and beauty, and it's so hard to pick a favorite location because there's so many. There's majestic and beautiful Snow Point City. You have the fun of Veilstone City. You have the lore and the library in Canlab City. All my favorites. Even Jubilife is amazing. But my favorite location in Gen 4 has to be Hearthstone City for many reasons. For starters, you have Amity Square, which is amazing. You can actually go with a walk, only for cute Pokemon though, of course, so kind of discrimination, but we'll ignore that. You can go for a walk with your Pokemon in Amity Square, which is really cool and a nice bonding experience, especially if you want to level up that friendship. That definitely comes in handy. You have the contest hall, you have the Poppin' Hall, and I love the fact that the city just has a bunch of Poke people, I guess that's what we're gonna call them, walking around Castilla City having fun and pushing their babies around. So it's a really like pro-parent city. So I feel like if I was in Sinnoh, I would fit in perfectly fine in Hearthstone City. They also have Fantina, who is my favorite gym leader in Gen 4, who has ghost Pokemon. I love ghost Pokemon. There's just so much to unpack there, and I love the fact that Fantina dresses like she's ready to go straight to the contest hall. But Hearthstone City has everything, and it would definitely be an ideal place to live and my favorite location in Gen 4. Oh, Unova, my favorite region. You want to talk about a region that has an endless amount of good towns. You have Castelia City, you have Undella Town, you have Lucanosa Town, you have Driftville City. There's just so many great locations. But my favorite in black and white one has to be Nimbasa City. It's amazing. If you are a kid or an adult, Nimbasa City fits you. You have the great amusement park, and then you have Elisa, the fashion model gym leader. So you can go to the amusement park and you can go see a fashion show. It's the best of both worlds. But you also have the stadiums where Poca people play sports. So I would love to live in Nimbasa City because I'm a sports fan. I would love to go see all the cool sporting events. I think they have baseball, tennis, and basketball there, which is good enough for me in Poca people world. But I would definitely love to live there. It's definitely, to me, the best location. Now, in black and white too, I would have to push Nimbasa City over and go right on over and cross that bridge, go to Driftville City. Driftville City got such a big facelift in black and white too. First of all, I love Clay. I love how Clay kind of runs the town. I love his revamped gym, but I really love the fact that they went from having houses in Driftville City to having hotels, which basically said that it's a tourist attraction, it's a vacation spot. It blew up. Also in black and white too, it has the freaking Pokemon World Tournament, which is so much fun, even for someone like me who never cared for like competitive or like the Battle Frontier stuff like that, but it's so much fun and a great addition. So Driftville City definitely in black and white too. While I love Gen 6 very much, Kalos is one of the regions that is pretty forgettable to me, only because I feel like it doesn't have many towns or cities that stand out. But one that does stand out is Lumoy City, and that is my favorite location in Gen 6. Lumoy City has everything and it's absolutely stunning, and the fact that they modeled it after Paris, France makes it look even better. I love the fact that Claymont's gym is modeled after the Eiffel Tower, which is really beautiful. I love all the random cafes in Lumoy City, and I love that they all have different themes. I love the restaurants you can eat at while you also battle. They have a boutique, they have a lottery place, they have a stone shop, they have a drink shop, there are stands. You have taxis that could take you around. There's the PR studio where you can record videos. You have Professor Sycamore's lab. You have the Battle Institute. There's just so much to do and so much to explore. And it's a big, populous, and fun city. And I love the random NPCs that kind of talk to you on the street, which they took out of Castelia City in black and white. But it's just a great city with a lot of culture and a lot of richness, but they really paid attention to detail with it. And that's why it's my favorite. Generation 7 featured the stunning region of Alola. And there's so many locations to pick that I don't think there's really a right or wrong answer here. But my favorite is actually Seafolk Village on Pony Island. I know it's a random little small fishers town with houseboats, but it's so cute. I don't know why I have a soft spot for fishers towns, but I do. I love the houseboats. I like the quiet, quaint feel of it. I also love that I can go fishing and catch one of my favorite Pokemon in the Gen 7 decks, which is Dhelmise there, which is also fun. But I like the fact that you have Mina's trial inside her houseboat there, which is a great feature. You can also take a boat right from Seafolk and go right over to Executor Island, which is always a good time, and you get a lot of items there, and you get to see the long neck Executor walk around. But Seafolk with its quaint, chill feel, away from the pace of all the hustle and bustle, definitely a relaxing spot to either go on a vacation or live a simpler life, and that's why it's my favorite location in Gen 7. Galar in Generation 8 features a lot of stunning and fun locations. You have Stowe on Side, you have Sirchester, you have Wyndon, you have Hammerlock. But my favorite location in Generation 8 is actually not a city or town, it's the wild area. I mean, come on, what else is there, and what is better than the wild area? Nothing. The wild area gives you so much to do between hunting for Pokemon, doing max raid battles, and just exploring. I like the fact that there's different weather in certain locations. I like the fact that there's different looks, different appearances. I like the fact that you could just walk around and see Pokemon chilling in their natural habitat. And I love that you see the personalities of Pokemon. All the fighting Pokemon want to, you know, fight. They want to pull up on you. You have like the skittish little grass Pokemon that kind of hang back from you. So you really get to see like a lot of personality. You get to complete your Pokedex. You get to explore. And like I said, the max raid battles with or without friends give you items, give you TMs, give you so much to do. And it's just one of those areas that you just get lost because you look up and you already spent 4 hours there catching Pokemon or exploring. But the wild area in Gen 8 is fantastic. And honestly, that's a feature that I really hope they continue in later generations. I would like to know in the comments section below if you and I share any favorite Pokemon locations. Talk to me down below if you disagree. Maybe there was a great area that you adore that I missed, but I want to hear all about it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I am also Real Mommy Eagle on all social media platforms. And I do live streams at twitch.tv/RealMommyEagle. I thank you all for watching and thank you all for your support, and I will see you for my next video.